What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Alex Reviews. Meet the Robinsons. If you clicked on this video to see something good about this and me praising the film, like I do with a lot of my reviews, yeah, you're not getting this here. This is a stone hard cold review. I don't know, stone cold hard review. I don't know how to say it. This is going to be a tough one. I don't like this film. In fact, this is my least favorite. I'm talking about the 55 animated Disney films here. It's my least favorite of those. Why? Well, let's find out, shall we? The originality of this film. This film's not original. This is the film where, Louis. These characters are so forgettable. I hate this. Louis is a orphan, and it's time travel. It's stupid and not really original. Man, I don't like... This film angers me very badly. 1 out of 5 on the originality. It's not original at all. The predictability. I'm not going to say it's the most predictable film I've ever seen. It's also not one of the most unoriginal. I mean, it does okay, I guess. But, I mean, it's kind of like Cool Runnings, like I just reviewed earlier. It's not original, and it's fairly predictable, if not completely predictable. 2 out of 5 on the predictability. The characters. I hate these characters. The only one I don't hate is Louis, which I guess that's okay, because he's the main character. I hate Goob. I hate whatever Wilbur, I think is his name, whoever his friend is. His friend is one of the most jerk characters in all of Disney. I hate that kid. He's so annoying. And so is the family. I don't like the family at all. In fact, I thought that whole sequence was just cringeworthy, and if you watch my last review, I hate cringe. Absolutely hate it. So when I see this, it's terrible. It's hurting me on the inside. 2 out of 5. I mean, 2 out of 10 with the characters. Terrible job. By the way, this film was directed by Stephen J. Anderson, who normally does good stuff. I think this was a fluke for him, and I don't think it's completely his fault. The story and the plot, it's okay. It's basically the kid Wilbur. I guess I said friend earlier. I guess he's the kid. Goes back in the past and gets Louis, who is ironically his father, and takes him to the future, and he is able to meet his family, and there's this bad guy who's trying to destroy something. It's never really clear what he wants to do. It's complicated. It's very, very complicated, and I think it was... I don't absolutely know what the target audience for this film is, but it's too complicated for whatever it is. It's too complicated for me, and I'm 15. I think this film's meant for like 10-year-olds, and it's confusing me, so 3 out of 10 there. It doesn't do terribly. It does about as good as Norm of the North, which I'm going to be comparing this film to a good bit. It does about as good a job with the story as Norm of the North did. 3 out of 10. The moral of the story. If there's one thing that I'm going to give this film, it's got a good moral. It's, keep on keeping on, or something like that. That's basically what it means, whatever it is. It's good. There's nothing wrong with it. 10 out of 10, I'll give it that. The animation, I thought this was very sloppy animation. Better than Norm of the North now. But I thought it was very, just sloppy. Like, the character animation especially. The other animation was fine. Like, the electronics stuff and everything, the robots and everything. The time machine looked pretty cool. But the character animation, besides Wilbur, I actually really like the way Wilbur looks. But Louis and the family and even Goob looks just completely terrible. 5 out of 10 there on the animation. Is it or will it be dated? I don't really see this film being dated. Maybe a little bit, but not really. 4 out of 5 there. The pacing of the film, this is terrible paced. It starts off very slow, which I don't think an exposition should be slow. Not all the time. Sometimes it needs to be. Like the superhero films. Those kind of films can have a slow exposition. This film it's not a superhero film. It doesn't need a slow exposition. Then it gets really fast in the middle when it needs to slow down. And then it's slow at the end in the resolution. Now that's, the middle parts, I mean the last part is okay paced. But the other two are terribly paced. They need to be flip-flopped. We need a quick exposition. I want to know this character in the first 20 minutes of the film, but I don't even know the character when the film's over with. 1 out of 5. The impact of the film. And when I said the character, I meant Lewis. The impact of the film. This film's not that impactful. Some people might be able to feel a little bit sympathy towards Lewis, which I did end up feeling a little bit. But it's not big or anything. 4 out of 10 here. It's not that good. I mean, it does better than Norm of the North, I guess, but does it hit the target audience beyond? People sometimes really like this film. This is a film that you either love it or you hate it. I hate it. I know other people love it, so it's going to get a 5 out of 10. I know other people that hate it. I know other people that love it. So, 5 out of 10 there. The relatability of this film. Really, the only relatable character I can see in this film is Lewis, and I guess older Lewis, if that even counts. If they even count as two different people, because they're the same person, just one's older than the other. But like, I don't know. There's nobody. You can't relate to Wilbur. I don't care who you are. He's such a jerk. I don't think anybody is able to relate to him. He just screws up Lewis. Nearly screws up Lewis's life for good. 3 out of 10 there. The voice acting, there's nothing wrong with it, I guess. Even they did have 2 voice actors for Lewis, apparently. Now, I don't know if they had one for older Lewis and younger Lewis, which might have been. I could see that. But it doesn't have, like, older Lewis. It just has Lewis and Lewis. By Daniel Hansen and Jordan Fry. Angela Bassett was in this film. She plays, like, I think she plays the, one of the the head of the adoption agency. And then you have Matthew Jostin as Goob. They did fine, I guess. 10 out of 10, yeah. Overall, this film gets a 5 out of 10. That's better than Norm of the North, but I mean, this is the worst Disney film. I'm not going to say by far. I think there's others that are kind of close to it. But just out of the original 55 Disney films, I think this film is the worst. It doesn't do a good job with just about anything. The only thing it really handles is the moral, which it does shove into your mouth, or your eyes, or whatever. And the voice acting, which, not that hard to screw that up, even though Norm of the North did it. Overall, 5 out of 10, and that's honestly not that bad. And this is the worst Disney film. Really, anything under 6, like, maybe even 6.5, is a bad film. So this film is a bad film. But I don't think it's the worst thing ever. So, if you like this movie, comment down below. I respect your opinion. I would like you to back it up maybe a little bit if you liked it, but I respect it either way. Now, I have no clue what I'm reviewing next. I'm looking for Coraline and the Hateful Eight, like I said in my last video. And I might just do that. All depends on what happens, if I'm able to see them this week. So, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.